All right, welcome to my house.
Let's see what it's talking about.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
welcome. So this is my kitchen.
That's fancy. You see when I said I got meager living in you?
This is Rico. It's my baby. He needs a haircut right now.
Okay.
We've been gone for how long? We've been doing this process, so he hasn't made his way to his barber, but he gonna go.
All right.
Yes.
I'm not necessarily the biggest pet fan. I'm not anti-pet, but I think we'll be all right.
This is where,
The magic happens? Is this where the magic happens?
no, this is where I cook from time to time, every so often by myself.
Yeah.
For myself.
Okay.
I got a little air fryer action too.
Is that an air fryer?
It is.
What kind of air fryer is that?
It like drops down, It's got
Put mine back, nah.
It bakes, it broils.
That's fancy.
All the things,
My meager living, you see what I mean? You come in, it's like, oh, this is good. All right, I'll sit down. But nah.
Welcome. The living room. The living room is wonderful. Got a nice little wraparound balcony joint. Good views.
Okay. I don't even know where to start with this, because this is a lot. Like, this area is bigger than my whole apartment. Do you have?
I keep my karaoke stuff in there because it goes down.
When it goes down?
Yeah, I like to karaoke.
Where's the mic? Ain't no way that this is what y'all do at this house.
Yes, it is. I turn the lights on and it gets cracking.
You have uplighting.
Yes.
And a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
At your crib.
I do.
Ma'am, this is a bit much.
I have had men state that my career and my being successful in reaching goals can be intimidating. So the way that he's behaving kind of has me like a little nervous. So this is the guest bedroom. I already laid out like my scrubs and stuff that I'm gonna need.
I feel like this is the size of my bedroom. How many TVs you got?
4.
I feel like I'm lacking. I'm depressed.
Don't be. I think I'm just gonna take it in a jar.
No, that's not for you, sir. You good.
I just need his treat jar.
Okay.
Because my guy likes treats. What else?
You sure you don't want to bring the karaoke machine? Because there's a housewarming.
They're gonna throw us out.
But we don't have the uplighting to match the karaoke.
I could bring one of those.
What? Nah,
I could bring one of those and we'd get it.
Nah,
we'll be in there rocking.
I'm gonna try to match your fly, but I don't know that I'm gonna be fly enough with this. Yeah.
We could definitely bring some uplights,
This one here.
Yeah.
Whew, my God, today. I see what you did here.
So what's up, guys?
I mean,
How are you?
Give us a little bit of info on what it's been like.
What did you think when you saw her coming down the aisle?
so my actual words were, damn, she bad.
Okay, I love that.
That means
That's good.
She's
I got that.
she's
I got
beautiful.
that. What was the honeymoon like?
The honeymoon was a great time getting to know, one another for sure. We definitely talked about our families, talked about the way we grew up, talked about, just how we live, what we like to do for fun. So I'm just trying to piece all of these things together. There's so much.
It's a lot.
It is.
In the last 2 weeks, it's like you get to know each other and talk and get deep.
Have you talked about future goals for the marriage?
For the marriage, no, we haven't really talked about future goals for the marriage. We talked about individual goals, things that we want to accomplish. But for the marriage, no, we haven't dug into that.
When we're talking to couples at this stage, we ask, have you talked about finances? Have you talked about bank accounts? Have you talked about children? Have you talked
about that.
Okay, good. And I guess my thing is that now that you're married, you have to start thinking like married people do.
Okay.
And you have to start having conversations that married people have. You don't want these things to sneak up on you.
I mean, I've had questions that, we've discussed to a certain extent, but I feel like we've got to work it out a little bit more. Like the things I'd like to know is, what does he want from his wife? I just would like to hear more about intentionally what you want for the future.
Okay.
Every marriage has to take on its own norm, but you have to come together and discuss these things and find out, how are we going to be married together?
Right.
What does it look like for us?
Right.
So I want you guys to start, that's the exercise I want you guys to start thinking about.
Okay.
It makes you feel closer when you dream together and you plan together and you think about, well, what would be the steps to get there? You know, what would each of you like to see more of for the marriage?
I'm gonna say this, and it's just like, I guess the poet in me, is I just want to see the art in you. I want to see you free flow and just like be, rather than, sometimes you just are very mechanical. Like when I go to sleep at 9 o'clock, everything is meticulously put where it is, and you know, I get cleaning up, I get it. But I mean, you know, allow the opportunity to smell the flowers and enjoy the sunset, you know, that thing.
What about, because let me be honest, you guys are sitting here, right? And I notice, is there any physical touch between you guys?
Yes.
Often.
Often? I mean, like hand holding or?
All the
Yeah, all the time.
hand holding all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
But at this point, everyone's moved in.
Yeah.
We are
right?
moved in.
Right. Everyone's sleeping in the same bedroom.
Since when? Since the first one?
Yeah, since
Yes.
moment one. We
Since
was
moment
in the
one.
same
We've been
bedroom.
in the
Okay.
same bedroom.
So you guys are all the ingredients are there in order for, you know, more intimacy to happen.
I believe so.
Okay. You looked at him.
I was concerned. I said, are they? Yes,
right.
I
Yeah,
think so.
okay.
But he's in bed by 9 o'clock, so the days are kind of, you know.
Did you just laugh at me,
slim.
Pastor Cal? That's what's up.
He's in
I'm
bed
grown
by-
enough to say that I go to bed at 9 o'clock so I can be up at 5 in the gym.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool.
Because as a grown man, I
Yes.
understand that rest, amen, is important.
Yeah, I get it. Just remember, as a grown married man now, that there might have to be some compromise
You
there.
heard Pastor Cal when you
I'm
said
just saying.
So
I'm just
10
saying.
is what you say.
I'm saying you sort of kind of measure it by,
I understand.
10 might be good depending on what you do from 9 to 10.
from 9 to 10.
No.
You know,
Uno magic.
no, I'm with you. Bed at 9 every night. That's gonna kind of.
That's gonna be a little hard.
That's
No,
gonna
it's
kind
just really-
pun intended.
What do y'all got to get against rest? What do y'all have against rest?
Hey, nothing against it if you're single, but go ahead.
Pastor Cal taking
Yeah.
shots.
Hey,
That's right.
Pastor
hey.
Cal taking shots. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Okay, go ahead.
I got you.
So another way of saying that is to nurture the erotic and the sexual and the attraction.
Okay, that too. We never want to know details in that area.
Oh, I know.
Okay, good.
You weren't gonna give us any, right? I know, I get it. But we do want to know that you're advancing,
Okay.
and have those discussions,